Okay guys, we're in the Unit 1 packet, and what we're doing, actually show you the page we're on, Alg 3-Trig, Unit 1 review. So I'm helping you review a little bit for the test in this video. Going to number 6, since this is most likely a recent assignment. So find the slope containing the given points. So you're supposed to use the slope formula here. So slope is, subtract the y's on the top. So this will be x1, x1, y1. And down here is x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So that'll be subtract on the top, subtract on the bottom, and the negatives divide each other out, so 5/8 is your answer. All right, so formula again here, x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. On the top, they subtract to get -9. On the bottom, change to double negatives to a plus, and that'll be 6. Each of those numbers divides by 3, so -3/2. So that's a warm-up to going into the following problems. Our goal here is to write a slope-intercept equation for a line. Remember, slope-intercept equation is y equals mx plus b. It's a little bit different than in the lesson. The lesson, they wanted a function like f of x equals. Here, if it just says equation, we're just going to use y equals, since it doesn't say what kind of function. It doesn't say like function f or function g or function h. So we'll just use y equals. So here, if we're dealing with y equals mx plus b, the m is 2/3. So 2/3 x. Make sure an x goes with your slope. And then it's going to be a +4. We actually get lucky here. They give us a y-intercept right away. And anytime you have a point where the 0 is the x-coordinate, that means it's a y-intercept, and its y-coordinate is the b, the beginning point, also known as y-intercept. Okay, next up. Here we're given a slope and a point. So to write an equation, we're going to have to use the point-slope formula. So y minus the y1 is -5 equals m parentheses x minus the x1 is the 4. Remember, the point that's showing there is x1, y1. Let's change these double negatives to a plus. So y plus 5. We're going to distribute the 3/4, get rid of parentheses. 3/4 times x, and then positive times negative. 3/4 times 4, that'll be 12. Divided by 4 is 3. And then get the y by itself. We're going to subtract 5 from both sides. And we'll have our equation, y equals 3/4 x minus 8. Okay, so in this problem here, number 10, gives us minimal information. It starts us with a slope. It doesn't start us with a slope, so we're going to have to use a slope formula between these 2 points. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Double negatives change to a plus. Subtract on the top, add on the bottom, and that term divides to become -3. So that'll be my m for my point slope. So I'll use this and this for my point slope that I did on the previous page. I'm reusing the formula you see at the top of the screen here. I'm just reusing this again. y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Double negatives change to a plus. Going to distribute the -3, get rid of parentheses, and then add 5 to the -3. And my equation will be y equals -3x plus 2. Next up, number 11, write a slope-intercept equation for a line passing through the given point that is parallel to the given line. So it gives us a point, -4, 5. That'll be useful for our point slope formula. Now the equation they give us, y equals -2x minus 4, we're using the equation, we're actually stealing the equation that's in that line because it uses the word parallel. Parallel means the same slope. So what's the slope here? It's this -2. So that means I will be using -2 for my m. And I am going to use the point slope formula again. So y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Double negatives change to a plus. Let's distribute the -2. So that'll be -2x minus 8. And then, of course, get y by itself. So we would add 5 to the -8 to get y by itself. So y equals -2x minus 3. Again, I do want to repeat myself that it is not asking us to write a function. It is just saying an equation. That's why I'm doing it y equals. If it asks for a function f or g or h, make sure you put it in function notation where you would say, for example, like f of x equals. Okay. Next up, write an equation, write a slope-intercept equation for a line passing through the given point that is perpendicular to the given line. Now, when it says perpendicular, that means the slope has to be different than it appears in the equation. So in this equation, the slope, ignore this, the slope in front of x is -2/7. Do not use that as your m. Perpendicular, you have to change that. So remember, perpendicular is opposite reciprocal, means you change the sign and flip it upside down. So it negative changes to a positive, and 2/7 upside down is 7/2. So there's your slope you're going to be using. So now I'm going to go into my slope, my point slope, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. And now I'm going to convert it to slope intercepts. Distribute the parentheses. And then 7 times 4 is 28, divided by 2 is 14. And then add 5. And we have our equation, y equals 7/2 x minus 9. So that concluded the page there for this review. Please make sure you guys are going through and checking old homeworks. Anything you got wrong on old homeworks or didn't do, please make sure you're getting caught up mentally so you're prepared for the test. And as always, communicate with me if you need any help on anything. All right, guys, be good and study and get a good test grade. Good luck.